calling this meeting to order. If you're able, please, we stand as we take a moment of silence, then recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. No one has signed up for patrons' comments, so we'll move on to agenda item 4, consideration of routine business. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. The routine business includes approving the minutes of the school board meeting held on May 11, 2026, and approving the claims and signing the docket. I recommend the board approve the routine items as presented.
Motion to approve. Second.
I have a motion from Mr. Mosby, seconded by Mr. Franz, to approve his routine business. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Next agenda item 6, consideration of items for board action. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. This evening, Dr. Walter Lambert has brought to the board proposed policy 5350, wireless communication devices. Tonight will be the first reading, and the second reading with a final vote on this policy change will be on June 8th, 2026. So really, before I just read a little section out of this, just for the knowledge of the public, this law changed originally in 2024. We made adjustments at that time. What this addition will include is an option that districts have to choose between an altogether no device policy in the buildings or a storage policy. So after much discussion with our board and with some of our stakeholders, we have chosen, and the policy committee is presenting tonight, a policy for storage policy. Okay, so first reading this evening, just in summary, as required by Indiana law, the Board of School Trustees of the Warwick County School Corporation adopts this wireless communication device policy for the school corporation. The board elects a storage policy under Indiana law. A student may bring a wireless communication device to school, but the device must be stored away, powered off, and inaccessible throughout the school day, except as provided by this policy or applicable law. There will be storage requirements, school-approved storage locations, and of course, there are always exceptions. If a student has an IEP and it is written in the IEP, sometimes we have students with medical conditions who need to have their phones. Those are allowed under current law and will continue to be allowed under the new policy as well. So this evening is just recognition of the first reading. You can see the entire proposed policy on our website. We will bring it back to June 8th for a vote. And then just, again, for public and families, and we talked with our building principals about this today, once the policy is voted on June 8th, then we will get communication out directly to our families with the full policy and then just some general regulations in terms of what does storage mean. We're looking at locked in a locker. It doesn't really change what we do right now with K through 8. And the real difference at the high school is just simply they can't have them at lunch anymore. So that's really the change, and it'll have to be in the stored away, which we're defining as the locker.
Locker, yeah.
Okay? So that's kind of where we are at the moment. So more to come.
Stored away in their own personal locker that they have, not a separate locked locker.
Yes, our school lockers.
The school
Yes,
lockers,
yes,
okay.
yes. That's a great question. We had a couple people ask, are we going to have to purchase something new for storage? And we will not have to do that. So the other message I talked about with our principals today is use the summer to make sure all of our lockers are locking and all of those things are ready to go, so students have a place to lock them up.
There was a nice article in the Courier and Press this morning, and I appreciate your comments. I noticed that you had to speak about this policy, so thank you for your efforts this
You're
morning.
welcome. Thank you.
Now I wanted to comment, when you send this letter out to the parents,
make sure the first sentence say per Indiana state law. This
Yes.
is not our
Yes.
decision.
You know, our board, just again briefly, our board has spoken about this. We felt very confident in what we were doing as a result of the 2024 law. And we really appreciated that because quite frankly, we got our students back.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this. But we were enforcing the law in the way that we believed the essence of the law was written, which was no instructional minutes. We included locally our passing periods as instructional minutes. And so really it was lunch only that our high school students, and we felt like that was good teaching in terms of being responsible and when you're allowed to use things and nod and that kind of thing. So for us, this wasn't necessarily something we needed to keep doing something well, but now we have it and we will follow the law, of course, and we'll do the best we can with it and enforce it like we did the previous law. Okay.
Okay. Agenda item 6.2, consider approving teacher handbook revisions for 2026. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. Dr. Doug Gresham has brought to the board a revision of the 2026 Teacher Handbook for consideration and approval. Changes to the handbook include ECA posting procedures, a change in job shares, and Vector Solutions annual mandatory training. I recommend the board approve the revisions to the Teacher Handbook as presented.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Baker, seconded by Mr. Mosby, to approve these revisions to the teacher handbook. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Agenda item 6.3, consider approval of the 2026 HVAC project at B.
This is a mouthful.
Yeah, we're going to,
6.3.
let's just consider this, okay?
6.3, yes. Thank you. Mr. Todd Armstrong has brought to the board a bid recommendation for consideration and approval. After careful review of subcontractors, projected completion date, and bid totals, we recommend Dyke Brothers Lumber and Construction Company as the lowest responsible bidder able to meet the project timeline. And this is for HVAC projects at Boonville High School, Boonville Middle School, Logue, and a restroom project at Oakdale Elementary School. I recommend the board approve the project recommendation as presented.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Mrs. Wilhelmus and seconded by Mr. Eigner to approve these renovation, you know what I'm trying to say.
The project, yes.
Is there any discussion?
Did Todd have any comment, when the bids are this drastically different, it always makes me wonder.
I was gonna mention something about that. I talked to, because I had the same thought, I talked to Kevin, and I mentioned to Todd and Kevin. Kevin came back and told me that the proposed winner, Dyke, spent a lot of time at the schools and fully understood the scopes. Now, I don't know about the next person, but I think that potentially could have been the difference. And they felt comfortable because of that.
Okay.
So,
Thank you for that, Jordan.
yeah.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Agenda item 6.4, consider a course edition at PCC.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. Mr. Jason Fisher has brought to the board a new course edition for consideration and approval. This course will be available at WPCC during the 2027-28 academic year, and it's the software development capstone. So next year, we have year one of our computer science there.
Yeah.
The capstone will be the following, so we just wanted to go ahead and get this approved now. I recommend the board approve the course edition as presented.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Franz, seconded by Mr. Skinner. Do we have any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Agenda 6.5, approve a course edition at Castle High School. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. Mr. Jason Fisher has also brought to the board a new course edition for consideration and approval, and this is for Castle High School for next school year, 26-27. The course is called Short Stories. I recommend the board approve the course edition as presented.
I make a motion to approve the course edition at Castle High School.
Second.
Motion made by Mrs. Wilhelmus, seconded by Mr. Mosby. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Agenda item 6.6, consider donations. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. We have several donations this evening for Warwick County School Corporation's $16,200 donation from the Warwick County Community Foundation to fund tuition for 3 of our pre-K students for 1 year who are at or above ALICE threshold or are living in poverty. And ALICE threshold is just another way to measure a poverty level, okay? At Boonville High School, Killebrew Brick would like to donate pavers to the Boonville High School Life Skills class for their courtyard project valued at $2,341.36. At Castle South Middle School, $2,000 donation from Newburgh Youth Basketball to be used for athletic equipment. And at Yankeetown Elementary School, a $5,000 donation from the Newburgh Youth Basketball group to be used for hitting pads and a winch to raise the basketball goals. I recommend the board approve the donations as presented.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Mrs. Wilhelmus to approve these donations, seconded by Mr. Baker. Is there any discussion? What are hitting pads?
Is that on the goal itself? Like,
Yes.
on the
It's
wall
like
The
the
behind the
wrap,
goal?
like the
or-
wrap around the goal.
At the bottom, so they
So
run.
if you
Oh,
hit it,
well-
So
it
if they-
won't-
You know,
It's
there's
probably
another,
the wall, isn't it?
there are
They're the
pads where you go
walls.
up for a layup and you bump them.
Against
Oh, that
the
could be it too.
concrete
Yeah.
wall,
Yeah.
maybe.
But for youth, I don't know.
If Laura were sitting here, she'd hand me the actual donation form.
Yeah.
I'd be able to tell you right away, but.
It's one of the two.
It's
But
one
there
of
are,
those
there
things.
are, you kind
Because
of hit them.
I was thinking stress relief.
Do you need
Okay.
hitting pads at the board meetings, Linda? Is that what
No,
you're trying to
no,
say?
no, we're
No,
fine.
we need a
with
full-on
that.
speed bag for that one.
Yes.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Next agenda item is consideration of personnel recommendations. Dr. Gresham.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. The Human Resource Office has the following business to bring before the board tonight. Agenda item 7.1, consideration of employment, certified staff, Lainey Harding, math teacher at Castle South Middle School, Emily Chappell, special education teacher at Logue Elementary School, Sarah Copeland, English teacher at Castle High School, and non-certified staff, Kara Honey, program assistant at Castle South, Brenda McKinney, ABS program assistant at Castle South, Dylan Johnson, multi-responsibility position, Ivy Batts, full-time custodian at Chandler Elementary, Christy Clark, program assistant at Castle High, Chanel Fisher, ABS program assistant at Castle South, and varsity coaches, Spencer Negley, boys varsity soccer head coach at Castle High, and Charles Randy Graham, girls varsity basketball head coach at Tecumseh High.
Motion to approve certified, non-certified varsity coaches as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Eidner, seconded by Mr. Mosby. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you very much. Agenda item 7.2, consideration of employment, Justine Aylward, a substitute program assistant and a substitute clerical aide.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Friend, seconded by Mr. Baker, to approve the substitute program assistant. We have any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Agenda item 7.3, leaves. Audrey Wilson, language arts teacher at Boonville High. Elizabeth Wallace, 3.25-hour cafeteria position at John H. Castle Elementary. Elizabeth Kingery, fifth grade teacher at Oakdale Elementary. And Hillary Lair, secretary treasurer at Castle South Middle.
Motion to approve, leaves as presented.
Second.
A motion by Mr. Skinner, seconded by Mrs. Wilhelmus. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you very much. Agenda item 7.4, report of transfers. Andrea Spall, teacher at Linville Elementary, to teacher at Elberfeld Elementary, and Melissa Mattingly, teacher at Boonville High, to teacher at Oakdale Elementary. And 7.5, resignations. Lori Schnur, program assistant at Oakdale Elementary, resignation effective May 21, 2026. Alexandra Clark, program assistant at Newburgh Elementary, resignation effective May 21, 2026. Corey Kinnear, health aide at Boonville Middle School and Boonville High School, resignation effective May 21, 2026. Carrie Miller, 6.5-hour cafeteria position at Boonville Middle, resignation effective May 1st, 2026. Tricia Norman, 6.5-hour cafeteria position at Castle North Middle, resignation effective May 20, 2026. Emily Brown, program assistant at Castle South Middle, resignation effective May 21, 2026. And Eli James, Class C maintenance, resignation effective May 29, 2026.
Thank you, Dr. Gresham. Next, we have any reports? Dr. Redmond.
We have 2 reports this evening. The first will be from the Student and Learning Committee with Mrs. Wagner.
We will be short and sweet tonight, closing out the year. Just a couple of things going on in our elementaries right now. Even though the school year has closed, we actually have 3 different summer school opportunities going on. First, we have I Read Summer School, which began today, and that's for our grades 2 and 3. That's hosted at Chandler. We have approximately 120 students attending, and that will close on Friday, June 5th. The next opportunity is our Level Up Summer School. That's also taking place at Chandler Elementary. That's for grades 1 through 3. That's hosted by the YMCA as an all-day program there. We have approximately 45 students enrolled there. And then we have our K-Camp, which is a half-day program that the United Way is sponsoring, and that's both at Chandler and at Oakdale Elementary. We have over 30 incoming kindergarten students who are attending at each of those, and so that's helping them prep for kindergarten and getting ready for that kindergarten experience. So that's extremely helpful to us. With both the K-Camp and the Level Up will conclude on Friday, June 19th. And with all of those combined, we currently have about 200 elementary students sitting in our building right now. So
The
that's
work
all.
continues.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Second report tonight comes from Dr. Lambert. He's going to share some things with us about a recent safety audit and our transfer process.
All right, good evening. So we had, got a letter probably late April.
It was very
from
late.
the
It was late
Office
April,
of
yes.
School Safety that said, hey, we're coming down to Castle North Middle School to do a safety audit on the 14th of May.
You know, the random,
Random, yes.
randomly
Right.
chosen
Yeah.
school, yes.
So the Office of School Safety has moved out of the DOE and is now under Homeland Security. There's a new director for that. They have a few new faces. Dr. Chad Cruz came down. He's got a good background in school safety. Had been an SRO at one point too as well. So he came to us. We went through the building, went through our policies, went through our plans, went through everything you could think of, and, you know, spent 4.5 hours. He said 3 to 4 hours, but we were there 4.5 hours, going through everything. It went well. It went very well. I give that bravo to the staff there at Castle North. They do a good job with safety. So I was appreciative of that as well. And so in that safety audit, we went through and looked at, you know, physical safety measures. We looked at what our plans held, what our policies held when it came to safety. And then we looked at, you know, things outside the building when it came to safety as well. He only had a couple things for us. On our maps, we need to adjust our location of hazardous materials. Well, so just because if the fire department comes in, they need to know where those things are. So that's an easy fix. It said, you know, it shouldn't take too long to do, and so we're working on getting that information and all those data sheets too for all those materials, because that way, I talked to the chief here in Boonville, the fire chief, Chief Byers, about getting copies of those things to them as well, in case they ever have to be in a building that's got a fire going on. They can then, you know what the chemicals they're dealing with. So that was the only thing that he had said, hey, that's something you really need to correct and do. A couple things we were doing incorrectly, but we talked through it, so real easy fixes. He sent us a nice letter today saying we're signed off on everything, and so we're, I guess, no further action beyond that. So pretty happy
I'm
with.
gonna interrupt because Dr. Lambert's like playing it down a little bit. The email that we got today said that the gentleman was thoroughly impressed with our practices at Castle North and assumed that all of our schools were following those same practices. And so I just want to thank Dr. Lambert for leading our work in safety and all of the building level, and the Castle North principal, Mr. Bertram, and Mr. Kilgore, and Mr. Rautenbush, the new principal, was there as well. And they did a fantastic job talking through all of the things that we do. And I don't think those things from the state don't often come with like lots of yay-rahs and praises. And so for them to do that, I think they were thoroughly impressed. So
Yeah.
thank you for your work, Walt.
And usually when the state comes in to do an audit, it's not always a fun thing. He came at it as very much a learning experience for us and for him. So we appreciated that very, very much, because that helped us go, okay, what can we do to improve? What can we do to get better? Because that's what we're always thinking about when it comes to school safety, is how do we get better at that? So I was very appreciative of the resources he's given us so far, and just having that relationship going forward, that I could pick up the phone and call him if we need some help with something. So my second item today is transfer numbers, just to kind of give you an idea of where we're at. For non-resident transfers, we are sitting at 317 right now. That is up 98 from last year, which is good. Last year we had 219.
It's good.
We did have 330 apply, but we had several of those that didn't meet the attendance, or maybe the discipline. Some didn't submit their records to by the time we needed them to. When we close that first window, the window will still open up again for non-resident. We just can't guarantee a seat. We might not be able to guarantee a seat until day one, especially if they're wanting in some of our kindergartens at certain buildings, because we're still not so certain what those numbers are going to be. Like every other year, we used to know how many kindergarten kids we have, and we had a half-day kindergarten because everybody showed up to say, hey, I want in. But so that might have to wait a couple days, and then we could say, hey, we got a spot for you. Same way with our intra-corp transfers as well. These are kids that go building to building, various reasons. Sometimes it's daycare, sometimes it is parents' job is in that area, and they need to take them there, just a variety of reasons. We have 626 intra-corp transfers as well going on. That's not new kids or anything, not extra dollars like the 317 that helps us, but you know, that's still a lot to manage and move around and do. And a lot of these too are repeat, like if they've done well for the year, they're automatic, hey, we're gonna get you in the spot the same and keep going. So very happy with the numbers. We'll see what other numbers come in. I'd probably say the last week we had the window open, we only had like 5 or 6 non-residents apply, so it started slowing down real quickly. But I think going forward, I just think it's gonna get more information out there to other people to say, hey, if you wanna come, if there's a seat available in certain grade levels, then, you know, come apply, and we hope we can get you in. So, any questions for me?
Are there any schools we know are closed at this
Yeah,
point?
yeah, right now, I mean, John H. is
That's
always
always.
been a closed one.
It's always
I have
closed.
I have grade levels that are closed, Newburgh's, kindergarten, even if day one brought 0 more kids, I'm pretty close to where we would wanna be. I think there was another grade level, I think 4th grade maybe in that building too, but mainly it's all by building and then by grade level.
grade.
The hardest thing is just the elementary, is just because there's a lot of moving parts with that. A lot of kids just haven't come in, because you have a teacher that teaches 4th grade, and then you add 1 or 2 kids, and that starts moving the numbers up, where high school and middle school, add 1 or 2 kids in a grade level, you have a lot of teachers you can get them out to balance that very quickly and very easily. So elementary is always a problem. That's why we go through staffing days in and days out all the time. Anything else?
Dr. Lambert, I had a question on your first item. You mentioned, I assume that the great things that you came up with, and that's a few things you had to fix for Castle North Middle School, you then apply that to,
Yes.
where applicable, to everything else.
Right.
It
right.
trickles down. And I know things are different, so that's good. But then you mentioned the data sheets, MSDS sheets.
Mhm.
Would you also look at that same requirement for like our transportation facility, other?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's
'cause-
something we need to share, you know, just maybe think about too, with the map in here
Yeah,
that we need, I guarantee we got chemicals. in
probably,
this
yeah,
building.
cleaning
Yep.
things and stuff, yeah,
so, 'cause
Custodial, yeah.
yeah.
they need to know that, it would be good information. When I talked to Chief Byer, she says he has a system that he shares out with all the local fire departments.
Yeah.
When they put that information in about
Yes.
companies and businesses, that says, hey, here's all the things and here's where they're located. So that's gonna be great for us to.
Yeah,
And I'm real happy with the partnership we've developed with the fire departments over the last couple of years. So
yeah.
it's been good.
When we do that, there might be a good opportunity there just to make sure that everybody's using and storing that stuff correctly. Cause I know it, I mean, from my garage to my business,
Yep.
we leave stuff out and we would be in violation, I'm sure, for leaving something out or it's not in a container, the right container.
Right.
You might take time to look at that with your
Yep.
team or,
Yep.
whoever
Yeah.
would do that.
No, I think that's gonna be a good opportunity to do that. And Mr. Flowers was with us that day on the audit
Good.
too, so he talked about those things as well.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
all right. Thank
Very
you.
good, thank you, Walter. The transfer process is a tremendous amount of work, so again, thanks to Dr. Lambert for that, and Kathy Thomas, his administrative assistant, has just done an outstanding job of keeping all of that organized and talking with families and looking through materials, so thank you for that.
Do you find that, Dr. Redmond, 300 some transfers, so that's like 3% of our student population, and we're up 90-ish, 98, so that's like up 1% of our entire population. What's your reaction to that?
It's a happy reaction.
Okay, good.
Yes, it's a happy reaction.
Should be, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
100%.
People see what we're doing as a corporation,
wanna
and
be
they're
here.
buying into it.
Walter and I have talked about, like, what's really exciting is that a lot of those transfers, especially the early ones, were incoming kindergarten.
Okay,
So that's exciting as well, because if we, we think if we get them here and show them what we can do with students, then hopefully we'll have them all the way through. Was going to talk a little bit about this at our retreat
Yeah.
for the strategic planning, but I think there are a lot of different things that we can point to that maybe helped with that increase. Some of it was some marketing things that
I
we've
was gonna
been
say that
working.
has to
some-
be, yeah.
Some things like that. Some of it was some targeted groups that we reached out to. Hey, remember look at us, or send people our way. And some of it's just word of mouth with, the great things that we've been doing. And we've just done a better job, I think, of making sure we're getting that information out to people. And out to others in this area who might not actually live in our
Yeah.
boundaries right now.
Positive
So
marker for
we're
sure.
very excited.
Yeah.
Excellent. We have any reports from the board?
We have a student growth and learning committee meeting tomorrow morning at the admin office at 7:30 a.m. And then policy is on June 8th at, is it 5:45, right here in this building prior to the next board meeting.
Personnel Committee is scheduled to meet June 8th at 6:15, right here in this building. And then the following morning on June 9th, Construction Committee will meet at 7:30 at the Administration Building. That's all I have.
Our next regular board meeting will be June 8th at 7 p.m. here at Central Services. I'd just like to give a shout out to all the schools and the building administrators. Excellent commencement exercises.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Very
nice.
talented student speakers, and all the ceremonies were chef's kiss.
Yes. Yeah, they did an outstanding job. And last thing, thank you, Caitlin, for being here tonight. She's here for Cliff, who had a family engagement this evening, so I appreciate your being here as well.
Thank you, guys. Nice to meet you all.
No further business, we're adjourned.